All
Another day in the
right.
economy.
Looks like the tape machines are rolling.
Are we going?
Yeah, I think we're going. Hey, I was talking to, what's that tall, lanky one that's on the show sometimes?
Donnie?
No, not Donnie. No. He's like, he looks like a string bean. Like if a big gust of wind came, it just blow him.
Thomas Watson?
No, not Thomas Watson. I think he's on another show. What is it called? With submarines. Do we have a show called that?
Yeah, it's with Luke Falaska
Huh?
and Kyle Taylor.
Oh, okay, never mind. It's not them.
Yeah.
Anyways, he was telling me there's another bank failing. Is that something to be concerned about, or should we address that?
The financial institutions are perfectly safe here. So
Perfectly safe, really.
Yeah, nothing to worry about.
It's all just like misleading propaganda.
I mean, there's nothing wrong. I mean, you see SVB, one-off situation, Signature Bank, it's okay. First, everything is fine. There's nothing to be concerned about.
Yeah, are you sure?
No.
No.
Oh, wait. This is Economy Lately. I'm Anthony Smith, Chief Economist here at FreightWaves, and I am joined by the one and only South Turk.
Hey now.
And we got another week of economic stuff to talk about.
Yeah, another week, big week.
Big week. Let's just jump into it.
Yep, here we go.
First thing we got to talk about, of course, that what happened last week was GDP got released, showing a 1.1% quarterly increase, and this is a step down, so showing that there are some signs of easing. But when we're looking at the GDP overall, you might think, hey, this is going to have something to do with freight, but the overall headline measure doesn't have much to do with freight. We got to dive into some of the other trends within it. So, for example, you have to look at the goods components of it. Even though there are going to be some services that will have some impacts on freight and transportation overall, the goods component is really what you're going to be caring about to see what happened over the last few months. Speaking of which, you can start looking at some investment parts of that GDP number. So, for example, you can look at what happened with private domestic investment overall, which was down 12.5%. We saw that equipment was down 7.3%, and we did see that residential investment was down 4.2%. So overall, look at the goods adjusted GDP within Sonar to see what the goods components are doing, to see a little bit more what's going to have ties into freight and logistics overall. Shifting into the next one, we have the labor market job openings now down to 9.6 million overall. We also saw that initial jobs claims came out showing over 244,000 claims for the overall week. So that is something to note, and definitely I would say it's getting closer to that cautious, like, hey, there's something going on here, definitely be concerned. But we're at levels that are not out of the range of, irregularity from historical standpoints, but we are seeing an upward trend, and that's the concerning part. The other concerning aspect comes from those continued claims, folks that have filed for unemployment and remain on unemployment insurance. And so that is starting to just really start to pile up, and something to watch closely there. The other big thing is when we look at job openings, the amount of openings that are available are not quite matching the roles that are being lost within the overall U.S. We're still seeing that there's an overheating for those that are in hospitality, and also those for like restaurants, things like that. Travel, leisure are going to be much more prevalent compared to some of the roles that we're seeing that are being lost. We also saw that there was a tick up in separation, so we're definitely seeing that there is a cooling off going on in the labor market. There's still an overinflated number of job openings, but this is going to be somewhat of a lagging indicator for sure. It's also going to be lagging on the date, and also probably going to be lagging on the amount of action that some employers take while they're looking at what to do within the remaining parts of 2023. Moving things upstream, we have the ISM PMI showing that contraction is still the setting for overall manufacturing activity with a reading under 50. So it's diffusion index. Anything under 50 is indicative of contraction, while anything above 50 is indicative of expansion. Within this, we saw that the overall headline number was under 50, so showing contraction there. Also showing that there was contraction for new orders and backlogs. So that's going to be a little bit more indicative of future activity, so not looking the greatest there. Unfortunately, the area that we did see some expansion in came from the form of prices, and so that is now above 50. I think it's sitting right around 54.1 or so percentage points. So we're seeing that prices did edge up ever so slightly for manufacturing and upstream overall when we're taking the ISM into account. So that is not the best news. Overall, we are seeing that there are clear-cut signs of slowing down throughout the entire economy. Really looking at most segments, still some activity happening in leisure and hospitality. We did also get Fed Chair Jerome Powell not too long ago announcing a 25 basis point interest rate increase and hinting towards, hey, there might be some more depending on what the data says, and we'll have to kind of go off of that. But that is also going to add to some of the easing effects going into the second quarter. Another thing that is near and dear to my heart is FOTRI. And South.
It's been so long. I thought we were over it.
No, South. You know what I love more than FOTRI?
McDonald's French fries.
More FOTRI.
What do you mean more for? What?
And Sonar, you can now break it out into different components. And this is something that I've been wanting for so long, and we have it here, South. It's a great day in FreightWaves. We have to reboot them. It's fine. Let's just cut to a quick break. It's going to be good. And that's going to do it for this episode of Economy Lately, but we are going to talk to some... You good, Sal?
Yep, good. Fine.
We have some updates that are not going to be out at the time of this recording that we're going to have to talk to, and that's going to be around the labor market, so we get an unemployment rate released on Friday, so be sure to check for that one. Next week, we also have updates for the CPI and PPI, so we'll talk into... South, you good?
Yeah, just in my happy place.
Okay.
Happy place, yeah.
We'll talk to that on the next episode as well. Also have to dedicate this episode to one of my best friends for the last few years, and that is my family dog, Noel. Rest in peace. You've been a great addition to our family, and hopefully we'll see you again up there.